My name is Grace Okafor. There was a time in my life when the night was not a place of rest. It was a battlefield. People see sleep as peace, but I knew sleep as a doorway into a world many don't understand, a world beyond the dark kingdom. I didn't always understand what was happening to me. At first, it felt normal. I would eat in my dreams, real food, sweet, inviting. Sometimes I would wake up feeling heavy, weak, like something have been taken from me. At other times, I would wake up without appetite, as if I had already eaten. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right, because what happens in your dream should not control how you feel in your waking life. But for me, it did. Then it progressed slowly, quietly, almost like something was studying me, learning my patterns, gaining access little by little. I began to experience intimacy in the dream, encounters that felt real, too real. I would wake up confused, sometimes even ashamed, wondering how something I never agreed to could feel so powerful. There were moments I questioned myself. How did I get here? Why is this happening repeatedly? But I had no answers, only experiences. And those experiences began to leave mark, not on my body, but in my spirit. But what I didn't know then was that these were not ordinary dreams. They were spiritual transactions, hidden covenants, access points being opened and reinforced over time. You see, in the dark kingdom, nothing is random. Everything is intentional. Everything is calculated. Every dream has a purpose. Every action has a meaning. When you eat in the dream, it is not food. It is a spiritual exchange. Something is being given and something is being taken. When you engage in intimacy in the dream, it is not pressure. It is a covenant being reinforced, a connection being strengthened, a door being kept open. And for years, I was trapped in it. Not because I wanted to be, but because I didn't know how to break free. There was a time I thought, this is just how life is. I tried to ignore it. I tried to move on, but it kept coming back again and again and again, until ignoring it was no longer an option. Because what you ignore can grow stronger, and what you refuse to confront can remain. But everything changed the day I encountered truth. Not fear-based truth, not assumptions, but understanding. The kind of understanding that opens your eyes and changes how you respond. The truth was simple but powerful. You cannot fight spiritual battle with physical understanding. You cannot win what you don't recognize, and you cannot break what you continue to participate in unknowingly. Freedom begins when light enters, and light comes through awareness. I remember one particular night, it felt different. Not because the dream was different, but because I was. Before I slept, I made a decision, not just to pray, but to take responsibility, to become aware, to become intentional. That night, I said, every covenant I entered unknowingly, break now. Every spiritual connection established in the dream, I reject you. I disconnect my spirit from every table I have eaten from in the dream. I withdraw my participation from every activity that is not aligned with my freedom. I didn't whisper it. I spoke with understanding, because authority is not in volume, it is in revelation. That night, the dream came again, just like before. The same pattern, the same invitation. Food was presented, familiar, attractive, but this time something changed. I was aware, and awareness gives you power. For the first time, I paused. For the first time, I questioned it, and then I refused it. That single decision changed everything. The atmosphere shifted. What was felt normal began to feel uncomfortable. And I woke up, but this time I woke up differently. Light, clear, untouched. That was the beginning of my freedom. Not the end, but the beginning. Because true freedom is a process of complete disconnection. Let me explain something clearly. Deliverance is not magic, it is alignment. There are three keys that help me break free completely. The first, understanding your identity. You must know who you are spiritually, because if you don't know who you are, anything can claim you. Anything can attach itself to you. Anything can gain access. But when you know who you are, you become selective. You become aware. You become untouchable to what is not permitted. The second, rejecting every false covenant. Not everything in your life was agreed to consciously. Some things enter through dreams, through repeated exposure, ignorance, but ignorance does not cancel effect. You must speak, you must reject, you must cancel, because what is not rejected can remain active. The third, consistency in spiritual discipline. Freedom is not a one-time event. It is maintained through awareness, through intentional living, through guiding your inner life, because what you allow will stay, and what you resist will free. There was night I still had encounters, but something had changed. I was no longer passive. I was no longer unaware. I was no longer participating. And slowly, the experiences began to lose their strength. They became weaker, less frequent, less intense, until one day they stopped completely. No more eating in the dream, no more strange intimacy, no more waking up dream, no more confusion, just peace. Deep, quiet, stable peace. The kind of peace that does not need explanation. Listen carefully. If you are experiencing these things, it does not mean you are weak. It does not mean something is wrong with you. It means something needs to be addressed. And the good news is you can be free. Not someday, not gradually over years, but starting from the moment you become aware and decide. Because darkness only survives where light is absent. And once light enters, darkness has no choice but to leave. I walked out of that world step by step, decision by decision, awareness by awareness. And if I could come out of it, you can too.